This math summary is all about factors. Factors are the numbers that we multiply when we're saying our times tables. Factors are the numbers that multiply to make a number. So we've got here that it's the numbers that multiply and they're found in our times tables. We can look at a whole stack of different numbers, any number, right up to 100 and beyond, and think about the numbers that multiply to make that number. Make sure you're not thinking of add to make the number or subtract to make that number. It's all linked to multiplication. And that's why the more we know our times tables, it's going to help us work out the factors. What numbers multiply to make this number? Where have I seen this number in my multiplication tables? And I recall that it multiplies by another number to form this number. Let's look at the number 16 as a perfect example. We've got 16 is made up of 1 times 16 or 16 times 1 because it goes both ways, 2 times 8 or 8 times 2, and 4 times 4. It's not 3 times something or 5 times something or 10 times something. They're the numbers that I know from my multiplication tables make 16. So my factors can be written like this: 1, 2, 4, 8 and 16. And where did I get those numbers? Well, they're the numbers we were just talking about that multiplied, and I put them in their order, in the correct order from the smallest to the largest, with a comma in between each one. And that's a good way of listing them so they don't all get bundled up together. If I'm having a think about 18, 18 is a smaller number than 22. Does that mean that 22 is going to have more factors simply because it's a bigger number? Well, you can see 18 has got 1 times 18, 2 times 9, and 3 times 6. So the factors are 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, and 18 taken from here. I don't have to actually write them 1 times 18 and 18 times 1 because we know they go both ways. We did that as an example to start, but you can see we can just list the multiplication table that springs to our mind that links to this number. Now 18 is smaller than 22, but does 22 have more factors? Well, you can see it's only got 1 times 22 and 2 times 11. So the factors are 1, 2, 11 and 22. So just because a number is larger than another number, it doesn't instantly make it have more factors or more numbers that multiply. So we need to ask ourselves when we're looking for factors, is it an even number or an odd number? Because that's going to make a big difference. We won't be able to do 2 times something if it's an odd number, will we?
It's pretty amazing what 5 minutes can do, right? And this is just one concept. There are over 200 more just like it on the My5 website. The link's below. Now let's finish this lesson.
We could think, does it divide into 2? Can I break this number in half, which links to my multiplied by 2 tables? Can I break it into 3 bits, or it links to my times 3 tables? Can I do it by 5 and link to my 5 times tables? Working through from 1 times, can I do 2 times? Can I do 3? Can I do 4? Can I do 5? And keep working through different options. They're great questions to ask yourself when you're looking for factors. So let's have a think now about something we can do with 2 numbers, and we're looking for the highest common factor. What do I mean by that? I call the highest common factor an HCF. It's an acronym. Take the H from highest, C from common, and F from factor and put them together. The highest common factor is found when I've got 2 numbers. I work out the factors for each and I basically look for the biggest number they both have in common. That's the word here, common. So for 25, we've got 1 times 25 and 5 times 5. So my factors are 1, 5 and 25. But in 60, I've got 1 times 60, 12 times 5 and 3 times 20. And when I put them in order, I have 1, 3, 5, 12, 20 and 60. What do they have in common? 5. They both have a 5 and it's the biggest number they both have in common. Yes, they both have 1 in common. They might have 2 in common. They might have 3 in common, for example, but we're looking for the biggest number they both have in common. So 36 or 48. What's the highest common factor? Well, we've got 1 times 36, 2 times 18, 3 times 12, 4 times 9 and 6 times 6. That's my factors here in order, and 48's got these numbers: 1 times 48, 2 times 24, 3 times 16, 4 times 12, 6 times 8, and that's those numbers in order, and I go towards the end and go back until I find one that's common, the highest common factor. For 32 and 40, there's my factors that I've written out, going through, asking myself questions, what multiplies to make that number. I put them in order, and I do the same for 40. I put them in order and I look for what's the common factor. 8, they both have 8 in common. So that's what factors are, and it's really great to look at every single number and use our times tables to work out the factors.